Today, we're going to be going over Datawatch's visitor management system. Here, you will see your scanned area. Guards can process visitors through using a dunk reader or a QR reader. We have our tenant, our primary access level, our email address, if QRs can be sent to email addresses, first and last name. When a visitor comes into the building, the guard will request an ID. From there, we will then be able to dunk that license in to a dunk reader. It pulls the first and last name, and then from there, the guard can process the visitor. Here, we have our tenant list for the building. We can select a tenant, and if no ID is available, we can simply type in the person's first name and last name. From there, it's just a matter of checking in that visitor. Once the visitor is checked in, they will be in the arrived visitors list. It will show the time they checked in and the tenant that they're currently with. If at any point you would like to check out the visitor, you simply double click and click check out, and it will remove them from the arrived visitors list. It will still keep them in as a checked in visitor, but there's currently only one visitor that is in the building. We then have our scheduled visitors list. This list will show the visitors that are due to arrive that day. You'll have your valid from and through date, if they're going to be there for 1 day, 2 days, or maybe a week. The time that they are able to check in, and then the time that their visitor passes are voided. If a visitor is already on the scheduled visitors list, you can simply double click and check that visitor in without needing an ID. Next, we'll go over the access denied list. This list will display everyone that has been banned from the building by management or the tenants themselves. If you double click, it'll provide the tenant name, the first and last name of the person, and the reason why they have been banned. Management and tenants are also able to provide a photo of the banned person. So if I were to go back, select the tenant, put in the person's first and last name, click check in, you'll see that the person shows up on the banned list. And then from there, you can check the notes as to why the person has been banned, and then from there, get authorization whether to admit or not to admit the visitor. Next, we have the fire wardens list. The fire wardens list allows you to be able to see which floor wardens or fire wardens are in the building. The floor wardens or fire wardens are responsible for getting everyone off of the floor in case of an emergency. To be able to accurately have data on this, we would need a check-in and check-out reader. Without the check-in and check-out reader, we have no way of knowing who is in the building at the time of an emergency. Next, we have our turnstiles. This may not be applicable at every building, but it allows customers to use turnstiles and QR codes to allow visitors access through, maybe to get up to elevators or to restricted space. badge templates. Badge templates will simply just show you the badge templates that the guards or concierge are able to use. These badge templates cannot be adjusted or modified from the visitor management system, but can be done so in D3000 Express. Lastly, we have our visitor events. Our visitor events is our history. It'll be able to show history going back to 2 years in case the customer needs it. You'll simply just select the dates and times that you are searching for, click search, and the history will populate. If the customer needs reporting, simply right click, click export to, and then we have the ability to export to XLS, which is your Excel spreadsheet, PDF, or CSV files. Next, we'll go over our GuardWatch software. Within the alarm monitoring, guards will be able to view and acknowledge alarms that happen within the building, whether it be door props or door forces. This allows the guards to acknowledge those alarms before Datawatch calls on them. Datawatch will still call on the alarms if not acknowledged within 5 minutes. Next, we have our card and key. Card and key will provide real-time access of all Datawatch card reads within the building. As long as they have a Datawatch card reader on their suite, if someone swipes, we will see it.